6 reasons why God isn't removing your feelings for that man. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your prayers and countless efforts to move on, your feelings for him just won't fade? No matter how hard you try, it feels like your heart keeps bringing you back to the same person. What if I told you that this isn't a mistake? It's divine. Today, we're diving into the 7 powerful reasons why God might just be keeping your feelings for that man alive. And trust me, when we get to reason number 5, it just might change everything you thought you knew about love and faith. Feelings can be one of the most mysterious parts of our human experience. They linger when we least want them to and fade when we wish they'd stay. But what if your lingering emotions aren't just random? What if they're part of a much bigger plan? This video isn't about giving you false hope or telling you to cling to something unhealthy. Instead, it's about helping you to understand how God might be using your heart to guide you, shape you, and prepare you for something greater. So, if you've been struggling to understand why your feelings for him haven't disappeared, keep watching. There's a purpose behind it all, and we're about to uncover together. Number 1. To teach you patience and to trust his timing. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to accept is that we're not in control of the timeline. We live in a world that craves instant solutions, instant healing, instant closure, instant answers. But God doesn't operate on our schedule. Those lingering feelings you're experiencing might be his way of teaching you the value of patience and trust. When you pray for something and it doesn't happen immediately, it's not a sign that God has abandoned you. Instead, it's an invitation to lean on him even more. Maybe those feelings are a daily reminder to surrender your plans and desires, trusting that his timing is perfect, even if it feels excruciatingly slow. Just like a seed takes time to grow into a tree, God's plans for your heart might need more time to unfold. The waiting isn't wasted, it's a season of preparation. Number 2, because there's a lesson you haven't learned yet. Sometimes God keeps certain feelings alive because there's a lesson you haven't learned yet. These emotions might be pointing to unresolved issues about love, forgiveness, or even yourself. Perhaps God is using this time to teach you how to let go of bitterness, heal from past wounds, or understand what unconditional love truly looks like. For instance, if this person hurt you, your lingering feelings might be a sign that you haven't fully forgiven them yet. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing their behavior or forgetting the pain. It means releasing the hold it has over your heart. On the other hand, if your connection with this person was deeply meaningful, these feelings might be God's way of teaching you gratitude for the experience and the ways it shaped you. Reflect on what this situation has taught you so far. Have you learned to set boundaries, communicate better, or recognize your worth? Sometimes the emotions stick around until you fully embrace the lesson God is trying to teach. Once you do, you may find the strength to move forward, or perhaps the clarity to see if there's more to this story. Reason number 3, because he's not done with that connection yet. Have you considered that the chapter between you and this person might not be closed? Sometimes God allows feelings to linger because he's not done with the story. But here's the key. It's not about forcing the connection back into your life prematurely. It's about trusting that if reconciliation is part of God's plan, it will happen in his timing and under the right circumstances. Reconciliation doesn't necessarily mean returning to a romantic relationship. It could mean closure, healing, or rebuilding a friendship. Maybe both of you need to grow separately before coming back together in a healthier, more aligned way. The lingering emotions you feel might be a sign that the relationship wasn't a mistake, but rather a part of God's intricate design for your life. However, it's crucial to pray for discernment during this time. Ask God to show you if he's preserving the connection or simply teaching you something through it. If reconciliation is part of his plan, he'll make the way clear, not through confusion or force, but through peace and clarity. Until then, remain patient and open to his will, even if it takes time to understand fully. Reason number 4, to show you how to let go the right way. Letting go is never easy, but God often uses these lingering feelings to teach us how to release someone properly. Letting go isn't about shutting down your emotions or pretending the relationship didn't matter. Instead, it's about releasing the person with love and grace, trusting God to fill the spaces they leave behind. Too often, we try to force ourselves to forget someone, thinking that if we can just push them out of our minds, the pain will disappear. But true healing doesn't work like that. God may be keeping these feelings alive to guide you toward a healthier form of closure, one that comes from acceptance rather than denial. Letting go the right way means acknowledging the lessons, the growth, and the beauty that came from the relationship. It means being thankful for the role that person played in your life, even if their time in your story is over. When you let go with love, you open yourself up to new blessings and relationships, trusting that God will provide what's best for you in His perfect time. Reason number 5, to teach you how to love without attachment. One of the hardest but most beautiful lessons God can teach us through lingering emotions is how to love without attachment. This means caring deeply for someone while recognizing that your worth and happiness does not depend on their presence in your life. Lingering feelings might be God's way of teaching you to love in a way that mirrors His unconditional love. God loves us fully, even when we fall short or drift away. Similarly, you can love someone without needing to control the outcome of your relationship with them. It's about shifting from a love that says, "I need you to complete me," to a love that says, "I appreciate and value you, but my identity is rooted in God." This kind of love frees you. It allows you to hold a space for someone in your heart without clinging to them in unhealthy ways. It's a love that prioritizes both their growth and your own, trusting that God will lead each of you to the path that's best for you. By learning to love without attachment, you step into a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with God, who is the ultimate source of love and wholeness. Reason number 6, to prepare you for something greater. Sometimes the pain of holding on to feelings for someone, especially when you know it's time to let go, can feel unbearable. But what if this heartache isn't just a test of endurance? It's a preparation for something greater. God may be allowing you to experience this emotional struggle because He is strengthening you for a future relationship, a new season of your life, or a challenge that lies ahead. Think of it this way. God often uses our trials to build our character and resilience. When we experience deep emotions, especially unreciprocated or complicated love, it can teach us vital lessons about patience, self-worth, and forgiveness. These lessons, though difficult in the moment, are building blocks for the future. They prepare us to handle greater responsibilities, bigger dreams, and deeper relationships that are still ahead. God knows the desires of your heart and the future He has planned for you. The reason He's not removing your feelings for that person yet could be because there's still some work to do in you before He brings someone else into your life. Perhaps He wants to ensure that you are emotionally and spiritually equipped to handle the kind of relationship that will truly fulfill you. He might be preparing you to love in a healthier way, or teaching you how to establish the boundaries necessary for a strong, lasting connection. I hope this gives you some peace and clarity. Remember, God's got you, and He's always working behind the scenes for your good. Thanks for watching.